Hey guys, welcome to our latest episode of Captain Fizz and Mask Guy Show. We are the Ninja Voodoo tonight. It's pretty much my favorite word after watching the trailer of Gotham, which we will
Voodoo!
which we'll be discussing in great detail tonight, as well as a big shout out for stuff going on this weekend and so much more. So sit back, enjoy our music, and we will be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to the Captain Fizz and Mask Guy Show. I am Captain Fizz.
And greetings from the seventh moon of thunder. I am that mask guy. I'm just right out of the infirmary from the seventh moon of thunder. So I am feeling a little bit under the weather. Curse you, pneumonia.
Yes, it is a nasty beast. So we might as well get into the main thing of tonight, which we are actually going to do a shout out for Lazy Nerd, and it's only fitting because he did design the music for us, so it kind of leads into this thing. He is actually hosting a chip tune composition course this weekend at Skull Space. So it's hosted by Lazy Nerd, so it's going to be, really, really awesome. He's going to teach you a little bit about chip tuning and everything to go with it. This is actually this Saturday on the 22nd. Holy crap. At 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at 200-374 Donald Street. So this is definitely something you don't want to miss. We're going to go into little detail of what to expect here. It's really, you can actually go on Facebook, look up Skull Space, and it'll be on there as well. All the details, everything else, if you want to learn a little bit more on what you're going to learn in this class. If I didn't have a social, I actually would take part in this just because it would be really exciting and really interesting to kind of learn and see a little bit more of. So anyways, $2 per person to buy the Little Sound DJ ROMs, which you actually get to keep your copy afterwards. So that's awesome. You get a little bonus there. And $2, that's awesome. You get to learn something very unique and something that, is really, really exciting. So for such a low price, that's awesome. You got to come with your laptop with BGB for Windows installed. You can actually go on the Facebook there, so look up Skull Space and find the Lazy Nerds event there. It's called Workshop Composing Chiptunes. It'll give you a little website there. You can actually get that installed onto your laptop, so you come prepared. Always come prepared to a class. Very, very important. I usually don't, which is why I suck. So it's going to introduce the basics of composing chiptunes using a Nintendo Game Boy emulator. A Game Boy ROM, essentially a file representing a Game Boy cartridge, is used to compose and play the music. So you're going to need to bring a laptop with a Game Boy emulator already installed. If you don't already have a preferred emulator, BGB for Windows is recommended. So there's lots of different things there. So you got to RSVP for this event so they know you're coming. Because obviously they need to be a little bit prepared for you guys as well. So definitely go get this checked out. This guy will be at FanQuest May 27th and 28th. He's actually going to be in the courtyard doing some live chip tuning, which is really exciting. So he's not actually going to be at a table or anything like that. He is going to be just completely out there and awesome. So check this out. Go to Facebook, look up Skull Space. Find the workshop for composing chip tunes, RSVP now, and show up Saturday learn something new, have some fun, and be excited about something. And I don't know, maybe he'll drop some stuff for a fan quest. Who knows? So yeah, that's pretty much how we're going to start our show. Just a little shout out there.
Big shout out to Lazy Nerd.
Yes, and of course, to all you listening live, we're going to put this on our Facebook as well. So we're going to share it to our Facebook page so you guys all can see it there as well. And so you can find us on Facebook, Captain Fizz and the Masked Man. So look us up. You'll find the link for this Chiptunes workshop, and keep you guys involved, and hopefully you guys enjoy it and check it out this weekend.
Absolutely.
So I guess we'll go into the next business. I don't know which one we should touch on first. There was two really, really great trailers that have dropped over the last few days.
First off, partially because I've been more or less bedridden for the last week or so, I had the opportunity to go off and sit back and watch a lot of the streaming video from Star Wars Celebration, and there was some incredible stuff.
Let's actually talk about that, because I didn't have the opportunity to sit there and watch it as much as I want to. I caught little pieces here and there. The tribute for Carrie Fisher definitely was.
Oh my god, that was such a great tribute. If you guys haven't seen it, again, go to our Facebook page. We have it linked on there, but like I said, I watched a lot of the stuff. They actually had, at one point, they had a panel featuring, oh my goodness, Billy D. Williams, Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, this is his first ever Star Wars Celebration.
And didn't they have Daisy on there as well?
Not on this one. Warwick Davis, who was doing a lot of hosting duties this past weekend. He kind of led the panel, and George Lucas was there.
That's actually really. I saw pictures on there of George Lucas for these panels, and I thought something was photoshopped, and all this. He was the last person I expected to show up for it.
I think it's because it was the 40th anniversary of Star Wars. For those people who aren't aware, George Lucas literally doesn't have anything to do with Star Wars at all. He had literally nothing. If you go off and you go through the credits for Star Wars The Force Awakens, you'll notice that the only credit that George Lucas has in the entire thing is, created by George Lucas. And that's it. He literally had nothing else to do with the movie. So, and he has been somewhat critical of, here and there, of some of the things that they've been doing. Like, nothing serious. It's been creative criticism. It's more like what he would have done instead. I think he definitely approves of everything they've done. They're not doing it the way he would have done it, which, depending on who you are, may be a good thing or a bad thing.
No, exactly. I still wasn't very excited to see him there, because obviously without George Lucas, Star Wars never would have been born in the first place. So, not only does he hold a big importance of it, he is the only reason Star Wars is as big as it is nowadays. Disney can't take any credit for that. They're only continuing a legend.
Yeah. And then the next... That was on Thursday. Good Friday, they had another panel featuring Daisy Ripley. I'm trying to remember who... Mark Hamill was there. They had a young actress who is apparently going to absolutely steal the show when in this next movie. They're just saying that she's going to be phenomenal. She's going to become pretty much another big hero to all the little girls. She was there. The guy who plays Finn was there as well. And it was a nice little panel that they went up and did. But then they showed the trailer for Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, and I think I've literally watched it at least a half dozen times. since then.
I've watched the trailer itself multiple times, as well as the breakdown and Easter eggs of the trailer. I believe close to 15 to 16 different times now, different versions of it, because I like to hear different people talk about what they feel about it.
And I don't know, maybe it's just my energy level. I haven't even, gone that much into it, but I'd love to go off and talk more just simply on the trailer. I don't know if my body physically can go off and take that much excitement to try to go through it. I will say this, I've been hearing rumblings of what Star Wars has wanted, or what Disney's wanted to do with Star Wars, and there's definitely seems to be some links between Star Wars, what they did in the last season of Star Wars Rebels, and what they are doing here in Episode 8. There seems to be a balance, sort of, the middle. And I kept, shouting at, the at the screen, Bindu. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, then you need to go watch some Star Wars Rebels.
There is literally so much about this trailer we can get excited about. It is so much of a throwback to some of the original movies out there. Return of the Jedi. But at the same point, I think this takes it in a completely different direction, especially with, you look back at Return of the Jedi as, the Yoda training Luke and this whole really happy feeling, everybody kind of finding who they are and different things. This is more of I think The Last of the Jedi is legitimately maybe the death of the Jedi Order, what the Jedi stand for and all that. I think there's a bigger, darker feeling to what this movie is than what people originally thought.
There's definitely some darkness to this. I remember when they started shooting Episode 8, they were some of the stars were actually saying this is going to be the darkest Star Wars movie to date. And considering how dark, episode, both The Empire Strikes Back and Revenge of the Sith were, that's kind of says something.
Yeah, absolutely. And like when they first revealed the title, Return of the Jedi, no,
The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi. I got Return of the Jedi stuck in my brain now.
That's okay. It's a good movie.
It was, definitely. So when they released the name for this, everyone's initial thought is, the Jedi, Luke is retraining the Jedi, and he's just the last one, and there's going to be more after him. I'm starting to think that there is a possibility that there's something in this movie that's going to happen that is going to break every Star Wars fan's heart.
Well, the way I look at it, and I guess we are going to go off and we're going to speculate a little bit on this, so I just hope my lungs forgive me. The big thing is, and I mean, just from everything I've been reading and hearing lately, is they are really been going off and going back to a lot of the old Star Wars mythology. And in the old mythology, there was one, the Jedi, I don't know if they were called the Bendu or not, but there was one group of people that lived together, and they went off and they embraced the Force. They embraced the whole Force. They didn't just embrace one side or the other side. They embraced the whole thing. And if you got too much, there was 2 moons that hovered around the planet where they originated on. And there was one that was light, and there was one that was dark. If you got too light in the Force, they sent you to the dark moon. And if you were too dark, they sent you to the light moon to help you try to find your balance again. And it was
sort of like the Gray Jedi.
Well, I mean, there was, I mean, I don't know if I would necessarily say gray, but I mean, they were very much about the balance. And what happened was a group, broke away, and they became, I won't say the Sith, but they became the first real Dark Force users outside of the Sith, which are an actual race of beings that were actually eventually wiped out by a dark force user who then called himself the Sith.